All right, guys. With that down, let's move on to our next topic here, shall we? Paris, what do we got up next?
Well, it may seem hard to believe, but it has already been almost 2.5 years since Severance debuted on Apple TV Plus in February of 2022. Well, we finally have a new teaser for season 2 and a release date that will basically make it 3 years between seasons.
Oh,
I know. So, John, what do you think of the new teaser and basically a 3-year wait for a new season?
okay. First of all, it's really early because this movie's not coming out till January. So it's really early for a teaser. So I wasn't surprised when I loaded up the teaser to see it was a very basic thing, like them getting into the elevator and going down. It's like, oh, you shouldn't have come back. Okay, whatever. So it's very, very light, thin. Really what I call not even a teaser trailer. I call it an announcement trailer, right? So just basically there say the announcement. Look, I loved Severance. And it's funny because after watching the first episode, I wasn't sure I was going to hang in there with it, but I'm glad I did because it's really started to get going after that and really started to plant the seeds and get the roots down. And I absolutely love it. And it's one of, I'd say maybe a top 10 or 15 best season cliffhangers I've ever seen. When he's like, my wife is alive, or something like that, right? Or something along those lines. That was one of the best season ending cliffhangers I'd ever seen. It was absolutely fabulous. So I love it. It was great seeing the background say Adam Scott. I'm doing again my 18th rewatch of Parks and Rec right now. So I love Adam Scott. But let's talk about this for a second. January 2025. One of the things, there is a number of great things about the modern era of television, right? Shogun, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, Breaking Bad, you can go on and on, Last of Us, whatever. There's many, many great things about the modern era of television. There are a few things that bother me. One is the 1/3 the size seasons that we used to get on television. So that kind of bothers me. But it also really bothers me when we often have to wait a year and a half to 2 years for second seasons or for follow-up seasons. That's ridiculous. This will be 1 month short of being 3 years from the debut of season 1 to the debut of season 2.
Yeah. And even if you were to factor in the strikes, it still would have been a long wait, even if that didn't happen.
And here's the thing. In a show like Severance, and with the cliffhanger that it had, I honestly believe this long of a wait has hurt the show.
Yeah.
I really do. Definitely. Because I'm not saying that they needed to come out with, season 2 8 months later, but there is momentum in entertainment, right? And I feel like a lot of people are going to see this teaser and go like, oh, right, I forgot about Severance, right? And listen, if the second season is great, it can pick it back up again. I'm just saying 3 years in between the beginning of season 1 and the beginning of season 2.
Yeah.
To Jonathan's point, I get it. There was a strike, but even if you took the strike out of it, that's still a long ass wait.
On a positive note, it can get new viewers because, like you were saying,
it's gonna get me and you. So, yeah.
There's 2 here.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about Severance. I wanted to watch it. I didn't have Apple TV, and so now I'm like, oh my god, it's coming back. Let me binge this first season, so I'm ready for season 2. That could be the thought for a lot of new people.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully. I mean, that's the one saving grace of it. Yeah. But here's something I tell you though. There's often shows that come out that I think, oh, my friend Spencer would love this show, or oh, my friend Soul would love this show. I watched Severance before Ray Orr did, and I never thought he would like this show. And then one day he comes in the office. It's like, I watch him, I'm like, what? You love this show.
This in my life, this is like the perfect example of what we call a water cooler talk, like that one, like that term of what. This is the perfect show where that actually took place with me. I couldn't wait for the next day to come in and talk about it.
Right.
Because there's so much mystery surrounding it and so many other things going on where it's like people could point out things that I didn't notice or vice versa. It's such a great show to talk about because and kind of, kind of have conspiracy theories about what's going to happen next or why these things are
It
happening.
has a very WandaVision-like
And I
element to it.
love
like
that aspect of the show, like wanting to talk about a show or even asking questions, good questions. I mean, I have a friend who I introduced to the show, and she's been asking, when season 2 come out? When season 2 come out? She's asked so much that I think
for over 2 years.
Yes, that she's just stopped asking. So the wait is gonna hurt. I believe I have to go back and actually watch season 1 again because I forgot a lot of the things that happened. Other than the,
I mean, at least you're gonna have to probably go back and watch
Right.
the finale.
To your point, though, and what a saving grace is for this is that they're not dropping it all at once. So
Yeah,
it's gonna
because
be
this is
weekly,
definitely
and
one of
now
those week-to-week shows.
And now people can jump in as they get reminded.
Because to Ray's point, I mean, it's one of those shows where something like earth-shaking happens every episode that you gotta talk about with people, right? So that's one of the big advantages to this. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Miracle Made. Guys, it's hot outside and your nighttime bedroom temperature has a huge impact on your sleep quality. So if you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Miracle Made sheets are inspired by NASA and use silver-infused fabrics that are temperature regulating so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. There are just so many things that make these sheets so fantastic. We already mentioned the self-cooling properties for better quality sleep, but they're also self-cleaning. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. So go to trymiracle.com/Campea. That's TRYMIRACLE.com/Campea to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code Campea at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Campea and use the code Campea to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Campea to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? They dropped the first teaser for Severance. We've got a release date. It's about 3 years after the debut of season 1. However you guys feel about it, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.